So we're here at the Roots Asia conference in the beautiful city of Chiang Mai, and I'm joined here by Thomas Kohr, who is Head of Aviation Marketing at Berlin Brandenburg Airport. Thomas, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you.
My first question for you is, how is the recovery of your airport actually going as you're ramping up for the restart of global travel?
Yes. Well, actually, we are coming from around 35.6 million passengers in 2019. We've had 20 million passengers in the last year, so we are around 55-56% recovery, which is probably in the comparison to other German airports and also to other European airports, especially, probably a bit behind. Mainly affected by, let's say, the loss of mainly domestic travel inside Germany. We see a big drop in domestic air travel in Germany, and we have lost around 5 to 6 million passengers only on domestic.
Why is this? Why are Germans not traveling inside their own country at the moment?
Interesting question. I mean, one reason certainly will be that easyJet has pulled out of the domestic travel within Germany. I think that stimulated a lot of demand to have a low-coster doing the domestic. So easyJet has pulled out of this market. At the moment, there's only Eurowings and Lufthansa flying on the domestic market. And prices are fairly high at the moment, which is on the one side probably good for the airlines. On the other hand, I think it also sometimes keeps people away from using the plane and going to other means of travel. And I think that is probably the biggest reason, is that people just use the train now. So I think we have a fairly good train system in Germany. We have high-speed trains now going from Berlin to Munich, so you can travel from Berlin to Munich within 4 hours. You can travel from Berlin to Frankfurt within 4 hours, to Cologne, Düsseldorf, so the bigger destinations where you have where you normally have air travel as well. So I think people are changing towards train a lot. Let's see how that goes. If maybe air travel comes back, I think the topic of sustainability is certainly one reason for this. People are conscious of their CO2 footprint, and I guess as an industry, we need to find answers to this.
So it's quite an interesting problem then, the competition with the high-speed rail.
Yes.
I mean, are you looking to collaborate maybe potentially with them to kind of reduce the competition and work together more?
Absolutely. So I mean, what is an maybe disadvantage at one side could be an advantage on the other side. I think we are quite unique in Germany as an airport, that we have a rail station with also long-distance tracks right underneath the airport.
Fantastic.
That is unique. Other airports are connected to the train system, but you still have a lot of walking to do until you reach a train, or the other way around, to reach the plane from the rail. So in our airport, you can from the train track, you just take the elevator and you're right in the check-in area, which is very unique. So I guess that we are looking at also connecting the airport better within our catchment area, so that we also have a lot more long-distance trains right inside the airport. That would certainly give us also an advantage, and maybe then this topic of sustainability then works, let's say, in our favor, in terms of you could either get a domestic flight and transfer to a long distance flight, or you can take the train and then go directly on a long distance flight from Berlin. So in that respect, I think that could be actually a big opportunity also for us. We're working together with Deutsche Bahn, so we have a very good conversation ongoing, and we see how we can collaborate and actually get people in this intermodal mood, how we call it, so that that actually people use BER as an intermodal hub to transfer from one transportation to another.
Yeah, that's definitely a big trend. I guess multimodal travel, and it kind of extends into other modes of transport other than trains as well, doesn't it? But there's been a few airports that have said that they work with their train companies, like they sell train tickets on their behalf as well. Is this something that you're considering?
Maybe not us selling train tickets necessarily, but probably facilitating the collaboration between airlines and German Rail. I mean, at the moment there is already a big collaboration between Lufthansa and German Rail, so that you have a codeshare on the trains, which is already, like, I think, a big step forward. There is this collaboration is at the moment mainly focused on Frankfurt, and I think that technology will evolve in that sense, that also other, say, like online travel agents and other tech travel startups will use this to facilitate more the collaboration between airlines and rail. So I think there's a lot to do still.
You talk about code share between trains with flights.
Yeah. So
I've
you have
never heard
you
of
have
that.
Yes, you have Lufthansa codes on German Rail.
Wow.
Yes, and this is necessary within the system of Lufthansa, that you can actually do like an interline booking, and that of course is something that does not yet work with other airlines, maybe. So they have to find other means. It's quite a complex system also to have code shares on the trains. I mean, you need to have 3-letter codes for train stations all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
And that is, I think that is a challenge actually. But yeah, there's enough innovative tech people out there who will tackle this challenge, and I think, and there's already a lot going on, and we work with several tech vendors, and we're in deeper talks with them, because we see this as our opportunity as an intermodal hub, so that people can change from a, let's say, long distance bus from Western Poland at our airport to a longer distance flight, because our catchment area also consists of Western Poland, bigger cities like Szczecin. We have, I think, 20 to 25 long distance buses a day coming to the airport.
Wow. Now, I know you talked about the kind of, I guess we call it Fliegscam,
Yes.
shame of flying.
Yeah.
That people feel. But I know people within our industry, we know that airports are doing everything they can to become more sustainable.
Yes.
Do you feel like you're good at educating the public, that you are actually, making strides in the area of sustainability? Are we good enough at telling people about it?
I would say, as an industry, we are not yet good enough, and I don't think anybody in the industry can say that we are already good enough. I think there's a lot still to be done. Everybody has to do their homework. So as airports, of course, we have our share in the game. All the, let's say, ground support equipment, ground service equipment, all the energy that we use, the concrete that we pour. All these things together already causes a lot of CO2, a lot of damage to the environment. So we have to do our homework, and of course the airlines have to contribute their share. I think the next step will be that we also work together on these things, and there's always the danger of greenwashing, where I think we have to be very careful that we don't get into the position to say that we are CO2 neutral, but we're actually not. So I think it is probably one of the main reasons, at least in Germany, why people don't fly. And so therefore, if we want to continue doing what we do, then I think we have to do a lot more. And yes, we have to communicate it, but before we communicate it, I think we need to really get to the bottom of it and see what are the means that to actually get rid of all the waste and the CO2 that we produce.
Are you partaking in the ACI Europe Airport Carbon Accreditation program?
Well, yes. So I mean, at the moment we are. It's quite a different part of the company inside, where we have people looking after sustainability. We have just employed more people in our sustainability department who actually go into the accreditation topics, and there's a lot that is now done in this field. From my point of view, we work together with airlines to see what can we actually do in terms of, let's say, common projects. See what we can put up to reduce CO2.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if SAF is a part of your discussion now with airlines, like you're meeting here at Routes Asia. Are they asking you about that and how you can accommodate it? Or?
It is part of a discussion, not that I'm directly asked by the airlines because I still think, it is a topic of the airlines that they have to get SAF. I At the moment, I don't feel competent enough to speak about that topic in terms of how can stuff be brought to the airport, how can it be supplied to the airlines. I still have a lot to learn on that field as well. But as I said, everybody needs to do their homework, and then we need to collaborate throughout the industry.
So, what are your route development ambitions for this year as an
Well,
airport?
we have a big, nice stand at Routes Asia. We're one of the very few European airports, and we thought that we need to invest here in Asia. Last year we had quite good development with North America, so we have two new routes opening this year with United flying to Washington and Delta flying to JFK. So they will start in May. We are very happy about that. And I think we have made good progress also with North Atlantic Airways in the past year opening in Berlin. So North America was a bit focus of last year, continues to be a focus, but now with Asia opening, of course we're looking a lot into Asia. There were some really good talks here on Routes Asia, some very nice new opportunities, potential routes that we're discussing. So I guess for the coming years, it will be certainly Asia will be a focus. North Americas will continue to be a focus, and let's see what comes out of Middle East. Also, some very interesting prospects coming.
Do you have any direct flights to China as it stands, or?
At the moment, yes, we have a one weekly flight on with Hainan to Beijing. We're looking, or the airline is looking to expand that. Let's see how that comes up. I think there's always a bit of topic between Germany and China of traffic rights. That is always a topic. But we are looking for an expansion of the frequencies between Beijing and Berlin, and also some other opportunities coming up.
So watch this space.
Yes, hopefully.
So I mean, what are the challenges then that you foresee personally for this year?
I think the topic of connectivity in general will be a topic with Berlin. So it's not so much about the destinations within Europe, but the frequency that these destinations are connected to Berlin. So if we have long distance coming into Berlin, of course, there's a good portion of passengers who want to travel further. So in that case, I think we have two main challenges. One is we have to facilitate that people are able to actually transfer at Berlin airports, also outside of interline agreements. So we are looking into the topic of self-transfer possibilities and trying to make this as seamless as possible for the passenger. And the second thing is that we have to get the connectivity up again. We talk to our airline partners to increase frequencies, at least to the bigger destinations within Europe, and I think the demand is there. We have load factors are going up, ticket prices are also going up, so that for me is also an indicator that in the next step that those frequencies will be expanded, and that will be the second challenge. And actually I think there's one more, because the best connection is not worth anything if you can't find it. So I think that is also something that we need to promote, that there's that we work together with partners from travel agencies, online travel agencies, that actually these connections can be found and can be booked.
And what opportunities then do you foresee for this year?
In terms of long haul, or in terms of
Anything?
Any.
Yes. What are you looking to capitalise on?
I do see that there's an opportunity for further long haul in Berlin. At least I hope for this. There will be, based on the talks that we've had here on the Routes Asia, I think there might be some good stuff coming up. And I think there will be more opportunity to further grow again the network within Europe. We will see that we will have some new airline coming to Berlin. At the moment, I can't say who that is, but we will announce further, and we are looking at expanding again with our bigger partners to talk to them to expand their network or to increase frequencies. And I think, that's just basic homework that we have to do.
Yeah. Okay, well, we very much look forward to hearing any news on the route development side as and when it comes out. Thomas, that was my final question. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thanks for your time.